What's up, everybody? I know for a lot of you, money's a little tight right now. So today we're going to do a very special video on how you can actually build a bobber motorcycle on a budget. And it is possible, trust me. I mean, I understand money doesn't grow on trees, but in today's video, we're going to show you how to actually design your dream bobber for very little money. Let's get started. I'm going to try and cover mostly stuff that doesn't require much fabrication, if any at all. So if you're one of the guys at home who doesn't have a welding machine, you don't have access to fabrication tools, we're going to show you some stuff that you can do very simply. We're going to start with basically a stripped bike. This is a Honda Shadow VT600. It is one of the dual carb models, first generation. We have already removed the gas tank, the airbox, the rear fender, the seat, the side covers, but we've taken off a lot of the stupid stock stuff that we don't want to bore you with. So moving from the front of the bike to the rear, first we have handlebars. Handlebars are one thing that you can change on your bike that will drastically change the look and the feel of the ride. So by changing the handlebars from a lower set of bars to a taller set of bars, you can sit back a little farther, a little more relaxed riding position. Bear in mind, if you do change your handlebars, the stock cables only have so much room to move. If you go higher than 6-inch rise on your handlebars, meaning the bars come out and go up 6 inches, you're getting pretty close to the end of the range of both the brake line, the clutch, and the throttle cable. I prefer to remove the throttle push cable on my bikes because it is unnecessary. It slows down the response of the throttle, and it's not needed. If you go higher than 6 inches, I have seen a lot of people go with an 8-inch rise Z-bar. Bear in mind, you can't have 8-inch rise Z-bars with 45-inch wide grip. Cables aren't going to work. They're not going to stretch that far. Now, you can get creative and pull the cables and the lines out from where they're connected and go outside the bike. Number 2 on our list today is going to be the exhaust. Anytime you change your intake or exhaust, you must tune. Everybody asks me all the time. I get this question every day. Do I have to tune my carbs if I put your exhaust on or if I put a velocity stack on? The answer is a resounding yes. You'll thank me later, because if you just slap exhaust on, stacks and exhaust, the combination there, the carburetors are not tuned for that airflow change and exhaust change. If you have open pipes and open intake, you're going to need to run more fuel through the bike. This is not creating gross things to come out of the bike, out of the exhaust. When you actually tune a bike properly for its optimum performing level, the bike is running very efficiently. You're getting a more complete burn. At high speeds, there's less waste. You're creating the most amount of horsepower and torque you can for this engine and carburetor and exhaust combination. Exhaust is something that can really just totally alter the look of the bike. You go with shorter exhaust, you have more of a mean look. Longer exhaust, a little more classic, a little more cruisy. So when you put your exhaust in, make sure you replace those exhaust gaskets. If you don't replace the exhaust gaskets, you could have exhaust leaks, which will sound bad, just like a bunch of tearing paper, and it's gonna be hard to tune. Number 3, the fuel tank. Now, you change the gas tank on a motorcycle, you can basically jump from one class to another. You have kind of a cruiser look. It's kind of a fat Mustang looking tank. It's a little more slow and low looking. You put a peanut tank on it. That's Frisco mounted style. And now you have kind of a lane splitting chopper looking bike. Backbone. The VT600 has a split backbone, which I know a lot of you guys believe is not the most desirable backbone on the planet. No, it's not. But it's a far cry better than the VT1100 backbone. I will tell you that. Putting a gas tank up here, we could cut the frame here and put a single backbone in. Some people are really obsessed with that. And yes, if you do that, it does give you quite a few options on the aftermarket for gas tanks. So these 3 things can absolutely change the outcome, the look of your bike, the feel, the experience you have, and the performance. These are the top 3 things to hit. You guys, if you want to really change the look of the bike, you can even stay with the stock fender, make bars, tank, and exhaust change, and the bike looks 1,000 times better already.